I see you brought us a little custom rum. So tell me, what is this? You said you don't really, there's like no origin story to it kind of thing, or?
Yeah, there's not. You know what? Alcohol always goes over well with guys, right? And so you try and, at least for us, Frank and I, customarily, you never show up empty-handed, right? And whether you're late, whether you're early, it doesn't, it's sign of respect. Somebody's house, somebody's business, whatever. So this is just, hate to say gimmicky, but it's a bottle of rum, kind of cool packaging.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, very cool packaging.
I would have brought you one of my industry buddies. They actually own a brand in the tequila business.
What tequila?
It's called Una
Dwayne
Vida.
The Rock.
I haven't had it. Yeah, the Rock's
Dwayne,
tequila.
The Rock.
Oh, one of our buddies.
That industry friend, great guy, and sort of a mentor for me.
That's awesome.
Remain nameless for now, but he's not a publicity guy. But
that's okay. We would love. I'm sure we would love to speak to him because we haven't spoken to anybody in the spirit industry. So
he's not really in the spirit industry. They just own part of it. But
silent partner kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But so wanted to bring you guys something, sign of respect. Thanks for having me in the house.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming. We
Yeah,
appreciate
seriously.
everybody that comes.
Yeah.
We're going to hook you up with some Tame the Beast later. So
Okay.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
getting you some nut butter
All right.
and some shower gel and everything.
All right.
So you're going to be on the next level of freshness. Even though
He's big on that.
Yeah.
listen,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
you got it. You got to stay
That's great.
fresh.
That's right.
And then you said, and you brought us some of the your products. So what
Yeah,
did,
so-
what did you bring us?
I
Because I just want to hear about them.
I more brought stuff. Not John's used to, right? Like I know I've given you stuff, but I didn't even bring stuff necessarily for the podcast, right? But like for me, we're big on user experience. Whether that's friends, family, end consumers, somebody you've never talked to. You've heard me say this 1,000 times. We always say, Frank and I historically let the product do the talking. And people go, "Oh, you got to have good marketing. You got to have good this, good that." Just try the shit. And that's our message to everybody, right? So for me, this is sort of a hodgepodge of what I brought, but it was more stuff I thought you might be interested in as a bodybuilder. That I know some of it is stuff Nick hasn't tried yet. So this isn't even like the lion's share of what we make, because we probably have, with flavors, probably close to 100 SKUs. But this is more like a highlight reel of things I think probably suit you guys best in terms of using user experience.
Embodies what we're looking for and do.
Right. Like, there's some stuff I didn't bring. We make an HMB that we sell internationally and online. I don't think either of you is really, but I brought our PCT, which might be up John's alley, right?
Let me see some of them. Yeah.
That's what it's all about, though, man. You individualize per person.
Well,
Give people what they need.
100%. And so, it's funny, this is the PCT and that's the anti-estrogen, but it's funny because this arena is kind of where we started the brand, so to speak, and where the brand got legs was we got sort of into what I'll call hormonal support products, anti-estrogens, PCTs. We helped replant arimistane on the map a couple years ago. We owned the trademark to that a while ago. We've since sold it. That ingredient's not really compliant anymore, but that category sort of catapulted us from like out of, nobody's on the brand side to, wow, who's making those hormonal products, right? And so you always have like a soft spot for kind of what put you on the map. And these are sort of legacy products for us that continue to do well. So anyway, these two I thought were more up your alley, just from a user experience. This is probably the.
Is that the one?
This is the one I gave Nick yesterday, and I automatically was like, God, if I don't bring a bottle for John, he's gonna be offended.
Oh man, marshmallow charms.
So it actually has the marshmallows in it. Yeah, so
It's legitimately like you're drinking a bowl of milk with just the marshmallows.
That's insane.
we feel like we did
That's
pretty
awesome.
good with that one. Yeah. So, but I knew, I'm like, man, I gave Nick like a second bottle. I'm like, shit, that's definitely gonna come up in conversation. John's gonna go, man, is that good? And I'm gonna go, shit, there's a bottle. So, I don't want to leave you empty-handed.
No, thank you,
Dude,
man.
I
Always appreciate
I
it.
finished that in probably a week.
Uh-oh.
I just couldn't stop.
That's probably too much.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the other product I thought was, and I'm not trying to say totally up John's alley. It's just you and I've gone back and forth on product.
Yeah. And you know what I like, and you know what I've tried out.
Exactly. This is probably, and it's funny, right? This is one of the first videos Nick did for us that he and I worked on a couple weeks ago. But it's funny because this product, I believe, originates as a bodybuilding oriented product, right? But this is really for anybody. Free pre-workout, can't take caffeine, already took caffeine. It's a very universal stackable item.
Yeah.
Long story short, highest dose of nitrates in the business per scoop of any product, and a full dose of betaine anhydrous. So like pumps, longevity, muscle endurance, but no stim. So you mix it with anything, or you're training at 2 a.m. because you just got off a flight. No problem. So that's that. Good old Pump XR.
And I know John's a big pump guy because
I couldn't tell.
No, for me, I don't want to get into the details about it, but real long story short with the pump stuff is you and I both know caffeine is a vascular constrictor. So if you're trying to make your faucet tissue stretch and grow and get more blood in the muscle, what's going to happen is if you constrict your blood vessels and you crack yourself out on caffeine, you think, wow, I got a great workout. You feel great, but you didn't get as much as you nearly could have out of that workout session.
The actual physical growth and ability with dilating blood vessels is impacted.
Exactly,
yes, I think it's I use the seesaw effect a lot, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a balance between having stimulant to enhance the amount of movement and raw energy, right? And so everything plays a role, whether it's just pure ATP at the muscle cell level, and whether that's creatine founded or otherwise. But you need caffeine, I think, depending on who you are and what your lifestyle and how you're trying to lift. It's how much caffeine and what you're taking with it. Right. Because are there things to offset that vasoconstriction? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is too much of anything going to be counterproductive? Yeah. What really matters, though, is what you're mixing. Right. And that's a big thing a lot of people in our space miss is, oh, man, well, yeah, I got 400 milligrams of caffeine, but I got 6 grams of citrulline. You did any science to show that offsets that? no, none. So,
all right.
And I think a lot of people in our space don't because they don't understand. And so it's trial and error at the user level. As we try and do trial and error at the brand level and say, okay, let's make 30 versions of whatever before we launch it. Which of these works the best? Get a bunch of feedback. And when you establish user experience as the foundation for what works, the proof's in the pudding, right? You've proven concept there. You have so many people that are like, oh man, this is this, or the efficacious does this, and we smashed it all together, and it's the kitchen sink, and it's the junkyard car, and everything's together. Your body can't absorb a 30-gram scoop before you work out. Like, show me the science on that. Go have a fucking pound of chicken, a pound of steak, and a bunch of sauce, and a bunch of ketchup, and then bury the soup on top. You won't finish the meal. Your body can only absorb, whether it's food, supplements, doesn't matter. And it's not physical size, density, calorie count. Like, your body's only going to absorb so much stuff. So people go, oh, man, my pre-workout's got a 40-gram scoop. Good luck digesting that, asshole. Like, you call me from the bathroom at about 18 minutes into that workout. And everybody's different, right? So
and I know, and I have a lot of people that I know that take pre-workout and they complain, or not even complain, they just think it's the average or the norm. Oh, it's caffeine. I got to go to the bathroom really bad. And it's like, I don't know.
Is it caffeine? Is it choline? Is it you didn't have anything in your stomach? Is it you can't digest a 35-gram scoop? There's so many factors, right? And so I don't want to ever say this brand does it right, this brand does it wrong. It really depends on what the user, right? Because every user is a little different. John may have better, just for whatever reason, a better ability to absorb stuff in his stomach than you do. Acidity plays a level, right? Alkalinity. So, like, everybody's different, but at the same time, like, there are brands and marketing companies that push this or that or the right thing, the wrong thing. Number one, it depends on the user. Number two, none of these fucking people have done this. Almost nobody has done the science on that. You show me that where, this mixed with this, all digest perfectly and works perfectly. Really? That you're sure that works? Like, there's people that put generic citrulline and generic glutamine in BCAA formulas. But that is counterintuitive because they compete for absorption. So why would you do that? Like, so there's a lot of that stuff, right? We don't have to go down an ingredient rabbit hole, but I think you have a lot of people that are, and I have these conversations, people like, why do you say that stuff? I'm not in the business of wasting my time arguing over whether other brands are doing it right or wrong. I know what I'm doing works because the customer feedback speaks for itself. Try the product, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, so
that's a new slogan.
Which
that's
I want
the reality, right?
Which I want to cut it and say, when we started working together, not the current relationship where we're doing more stuff together, but when we first met, what was that, a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Almost probably? 2 years ago, probably, yeah.
So when we first met, and you were talking to me about potentially getting an athlete for you guys that I was friends with, the big thing that you said to me was, before we even start talking about an athlete contract or anything like that, I want to give him all the products. I want him to try it.
If somebody's
that's
not
going to
on
love
board,
it.
They have to, like anything else, they have to believe in the mission, the product, the service. And for me, not everyone's going to love everybody's stuff. Why? Because everybody's different. So, like, I can sit here and say, our shit's the best. I didn't say that. For me, it's different. But what is the goal? As many users as possible to have the best experience possible. That's it. Now, you want to make money. You want to make it look cool, taste great. Yeah. The fucking thing's got to work. Like, the DeLorean's a cool looking car. They didn't stick around, right? So, fucking great ideas don't always work, right? Like, and so, in the reverse, listen, The Tesla truck, the fucking window cracked. You know how many fucking trucks stay pre-sold? So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? It's more of, are you delivering the right end user experience? And if you're going to have somebody on your team, athlete, ambassador, employee, videographer, consultant, in-house, doesn't matter. If they're not on board and believing in what you're doing and trying your shit and using your shit, that's not a good fit. Because at the end of the day, they don't believe in your mission because they don't believe in your stuff. And so, listen, we have someone on our team that's been with us a long time, and they just got around to using some of our supplements. Does that mean they don't believe in supplements or what we're doing? No. They were just not someone who took a lot of supplements. They had a very minimal assortment, and that's fine. But what they did take, they believed in. They tried it. They knew our messaging. They would taste that stuff, right? And so use that person as a barometer. You can have people that are using more supplements than others. Yeah. I don't know how many. I mean, I use probably more supplements than anybody. You wouldn't tell by looking at me because I look average. But the reality is when you have people that you need to bring together for a common cause and you're really trying to develop an end user experience and cultivate something different. Let's not say better, let's say different, right? They have to be on board. And it's like this podcast. To be honest with you, if you guys were different people or not great people or whatever, I might not want to do the podcast. You might not want to put up with me being late, right? Like that personal connection is what we try and have the product have with the end user. Because we're not going to touch everybody personally, right? I can't touch every end consumer. The product can. This is an extension of who we are. We are saying, hey, this will deliver results. This will work for you for this. And if you do that and you have people on your team that believe that, you're going to win. That's it. But if everyone on your team's not driving that same message, you're up Schitt's Creek with a fucking hole in a boat, no paddle. Good luck. And so for us, that message is internal and external, right? So yeah, when we met, I would say that today too. Anybody has to be a fan.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean they like all your products. John may say, yeah, the Protolite's great, but AXR didn't have enough of this for me. Okay. But he understands what we're doing. He understands the general concept. And he's tried the products enough to know that we're driving towards that concept, right? And so that's really the message is the product's doing the talking because we're delivering an end user experience. Not, ours tastes better. That's not the whole package, man. Like some guys got great labels, some guys got shit that tastes good, some guys got shit that goes hard. Like that, you know what I mean? You have to really package together.
The shit was basically meth when they were putting meth in a bottle.
Literally.
Yeah. So it's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But
it's nice to hear. You know, and we've had a couple of guys from different supplement companies on. Yeah. Everybody has a very general, same mission statement. You know, everyone that we've had on has been very good and honest with, especially with customer feedback and this and that. But it's nice to really hear that coming from top down type thing, where it's you know that if I tell you, you know what, I felt like I told you yesterday. What I tell you with the KXR,
too strong for you, too much caffeine, jittery.
But it wasn't the caffeine.
That's what you said, right?
And then you said that it was probably
the Yohimbe, and so,
I had no idea that it was in there, and that kind of opened my eyes to things, you know.
So that's the interesting thing, right? And so whether you're at Nick's level of knowledge, John's level of knowledge, my level of knowledge, the end consumer is probably varying at the lower end of that, and you're not going to know what's driving that unless you talk to every end consumer, which is impossible. So you have to make products that, for the most part, are going to drive a good experience for the general customer without having that negative side. And when there is, you have to know why. You have to know what. You have to answer that question, answer the bell. And I think you have a lot of brands that want to sell. We innovate. We're cool. We answer every customer's email. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we DM
blah,
everybody
blah.
back.
Which, you know what? And there are a lot to do. That shit is great. That does not mean you are waking up focused on driving end consumer experience. It just doesn't. It just means you're doing a bunch of general shit that everybody else does. And maybe you do it better, maybe you do it worse. That's not a fucking mission. That's not going to land the fucking plane. Like, that is great, but that's not. If you wake up and go to sleep thinking about, man, I got to tweak this, I got to do this. This is what will drive a better experience for the consumer. Not what's the wholesale, not what's the retail. Not that stuff comes. That stuff fucking comes, right? Like, that's later. What is the driving vision, the driving focus? And so, like, people say all the time, man, what does VMI stand for? VMI stands for Vision Meets Innovation. You don't hear me talk about that a lot.
That's awesome.
I'm busy fucking innovating. and so you have guys that, and I'm not, listen, there's some industry guys that are fucking further ahead than we are, smarter than I am, and all this, you know, and there's some of them I think we're really good friends with. My problem with the general messaging by a lot of companies, there's a lot of these D2C guys that pop up and they don't have any foundation, but like, You don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? And that's not right. If you make great shit and you're good people, I'm good. I got a lot of friends in the business like that. And then I got some that you look at and you go, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like I'm not offended personally. I'm offended for the consumer demographic. Like I've spent my entire career. So was my business partner, Frank. He's been in almost 20 years. I've been in about 15 years. Mm-hmm. This is all we do. And like, do I want to make money? Do I want to be successful? Don't we all? Like that's a dumb question.
Right.
But in that, are you driving is it the right passion, the right thing for other people? It's when John and I said it before we got on the air. It's not about you. It's not about your fucking car or your house or how cool you are on social media. That stuff's great. And that stuff comes and goes, and maybe it sticks and maybe it doesn't. What matters? What's your mission? Are you delivering shit that's better for people? If you are, that shit will all come later.
And safe for people.
Yeah, and so like that's really a difference, I think, right? And we're all gonna make mistakes. You know, a lot of brands are gonna make a product that doesn't work. That's happened with us. I made a product that's great for this niche. Too small of a niche. Bad marketing message. Those things happen. But have the right intentions, right? Like at the very least. And I think that's, a tough state of the union for the industry. You get a lot of people that aren't doing it for the right reasons. And then, that's not good for the end consumer, man.
Yeah. I got to jump in right here. So I've been a very successful trainer for quite a while now. I own a gym out east. And
what's the name of the gym? I'm sorry.
Pump House. It's just a small private training facility in East Islip.
Yeah. Can I get a discount on training sessions? Or?
Absolutely.
There you go. I look like I could use a session.
You keep bringing me products. I keep giving you discounts.
Yeah.
But anyway, for me, I love this. I love helping people. I love getting people to not necessarily be in better shape. That's great. But turning somebody's life around.
Yes.
For me, that's the most important
100%.
thing. Now, I dedicated my life to this. I literally flew across the world to study under the best guy there ever has been.
Wow.
And came back to bring that knowledge back to New York. It's a very flooded market.
Everybody's a fucking coach and a trainer. How do you deal with that?
The worst part is...
blow my brains out when I see that.
There's so many people, everybody thinks they're a coach or trainer, and they're posting on like these advertising websites or trainers and stuff. I just stay off of them because it's people posting fake transformation photos. They'll they'll Google best transformation photos and they'll just throw it on there.
That's actually something, and I want you to continue your point, but that's actually something that I've seen, which is just the craziest shit in the world to me.
It's insanity.
People gain followers,
right?
And I've seen it from people I know too, and it blows my mind. People gain followers by posting. How many likes can we get for this girl's transformation photo? And she'll put a photo up, but then 2 days later, that photo is off the guy's account or girl's account.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this way, they're getting people to get excited for somebody who did something great for their life. They didn't actually have any partaking part of that, or part of that journey, and then they just take it down because it's not their client, not their friend, not anybody they know, and then the post is in trouble. And then the post is gone, and it's just like, oh, they got 100 followers off that last post, but where's the post?
Yeah, that's tough, right? Like, you're passionate about something that's the driving force in your life, and that driving force is to help people change their life for the better. Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
What I feel so upset about is you have all these people
upset is a good word, right?
Upset,
like that's
fucking upset.
Yeah, no, it's a good word.
Upset about you have all these people that go, you know what? I'm finally gonna make the effort to change my life to save my life.
Sure.
And they go to some schmuck who doesn't know his left hand from his right hand, but because he posted fake transformation photos, people think he's a god. And then suddenly this guy they get a bad experience from, and they completely turned off any trainer in the world.
Right, as I was saying, and then it gives everybody, and then you're the bad guy because you're in that boat with that guy, and it's I'm not in that boat. What are you talking about? Right?
Like, I'm over here driving the boat.
I've got family members. It's tough, right? Like that. What industry are you in? What do you do? And it's like, oh, I bought a vitamin at such and such retailer, and it made me sick. Or did you see that brand that the FDA recalled? Like, yeah, hey, everyone's not in that bucket. That's great there, Timmy, that you think that, but. Right. And so but that's, listen, the end consumer is not knowledgeable about something that's not what their life revolves around. Mm-hmm. Whether it's supplements for me, it's training for you. It's not the video world. Like, listen, I can't even imagine. And we've talked about this. Like when you run into people that are professionals and then they DM you, and I've seen it, right? Dude, what do you think I should do here?
Yeah.
Not bad to ask for advice. I understand that. Shouldn't be free, but colleague to colleague. But when these guys are fugazi with no accreditations, no history, no experience, what do you do? Don't even advertise yourself as a legit photographer, videographer. Like, just be a guy with a camera that's willing to work for next to nothing because you're trying to earn your keep, and go get a mentor. Go get a And you see these people that like, oh yeah, I did. Listen, I've seen it happen locally. Oh, we're a wedding photographer. Dude, you don't have an office. You got an iPhone. Like, you are not a wedding photographer. And so, like, I don't even know how you deal with that, because for me, that's like a more general population thing, photography and video, right? As opposed to supplements or training, which is maybe a little bit smaller. But it's infectious that, or it's infected that every industry where you have people that use social media to get into a game that they shouldn't be playing. They have no business at the table. Like, and it's from the training perspective, I think that's probably maybe more emotional than what we do. I think from the perspective of, and listen, I grew up in the gym business, and one of my first jobs was cleaning machines at a gym when I was 15. Yeah, Valencia Fitness, still there.
We've had a couple of people say that on here. I think that they used to go to Valencia.
Valencia
that was like the real hardcore.
Valencia Health Club is really, when I say OG, so they are recognized by New York State as, I want to say, I could be misquoting this, the oldest independent freestanding gym on Long Island, possibly New York. They're, I want to say, over 30 years. So the owner, Lenny, gave me a shot as a kid to clean the machines, and is great. And I learned a lot from him at that time about just running a business, lean and mean, clean your own shit. But also, like, I was passionate about supplement, nutrition, all that stuff, because I grew up in the gym business. Like, I wanted to be a bodybuilder. You walk around a gym like that, that's, you guys about a dungeon.
That was the main place to train back then, too. So.
Listen, everybody trained there years ago, right? And so you look back and you're like, that's a gym that has giant garbage can buckets everywhere. And people are like, what is that for? I'm like, that's a throw-up bucket, man. That ain't that's not for napkins. And people go, really? And I'm like, well, why do you think it's in the leg area?
It doesn't hurt to have.
Yeah, and times are different, times have changed, but I grew up in that business. So, like, to bring it back to what you were saying is that it's emotional, because you're tied to helping people change their life. Someone that's overweight, unhealthy, has a problem, has an issue, whatever, high blood pressure, and you're trying to help them turn their life around. Like, their health is their life, right? Health is wealth. Yeah. And you get people that are trying to get in front of you and say, I can be your trainer, that really should legally not be helping anybody, because they have no accreditation.
I just want to say one thing. It's not just changed, it's saved their life in some instances.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Wow.
Some people are really, some people aren't too, maybe they're a little overweight and they want to lose some weight and have high blood pressure.
Sure.
Some people are on the brink of a stroke.
Yeah.
And go, well, crazy, right? If you keep this lifestyle up for another month, it's not going to be pretty. Well, we got to change shit right now.
Yeah.
Not, oh, well, you have some couple months to leeway and fix this, slowly fix this. Go, no, hold on a second. We need to take your life and turn it right around, or you're going down. It's one way or the other.
It's not a small fix, and that's how emotional is that, because you're invested in helping that human, right? Like, from a life perspective. And so, I think for you, that's probably a more emotional upset than maybe we would get. I don't want to speak for you, but for me, like, I get more pissed off.
I get mad too.
I also feel like at the end of the day, in my business, I think the supplement industry, the nutrition industry, the vitamin health and wellness industry, the consumer's not educated, and it's hard to expect them to be. And there are some brands that are trying to drive education, and some of that education is good and some of it's not. And I think it's probably an area you and I have discussed 10 times that we need to do better, because if we're really trying to convey a message of, we're delivering a good experience, we want to deliver a product that not only helps you but works right and all that stuff, we have to do our part as an individual brand, as educating the consumer on the what, the why, the how, even if you don't take ours, this is the thing.
Yeah.
And I think there are some brands that are trying to do that, and that's very commendable. I think there's a lot of people that aren't. And it's hard for me, because I probably put a little bit of onus personally on the consumer, but it's hard to expect them to be educated. There's two sides to that coin, right? Like, you're buying that stuff and ingesting it. It's like food, man. Like, it's a supplement. It's a supplement to your diet. But if you're going to ingest something, like, you have some, responsibility. And I think the general consumer doesn't know. You have people that still buy regular fucking candy, like, as a regular part of their diet. Like, they don't even read the back. They don't know how much sugar's in it. There's just an uneducation from a health perspective that it's like throwing a rock at the ocean. And so on a small part, what we're trying to do this year, thanks to Nick with videos and content, is not just selling our product as this is what's in our product, but why you should take it. What makes it different? What is that category? What is a stim-free pre-workout? General, macro, and micro as well. But you have to convey that because you're selling a product. So you're not going to be there every time. So if we're not educating the masses, then you're not going to get anywhere.
Well, what I tell you, I said the real information always gets through.
Yeah, and that's the reality.
Dumb shit might always get more views, but the real information is what's shared.
The problem is there's an overwhelming amount of fucking fake shit and dumb shit, and that's what you run into with the trainers. It's like he's one guy doing the right thing, and there might be others, and then there's 8,000. I'm 19. I'm a trainer because I got a six-pack because I just did a bunch of ab workouts that I saw on bodybuilding.com. What the fuck, man? Like you are not a trainer. It's offensive, and so you see that, and it's like, listen, there are people that are qualified. There are some people that are more qualified than others. There are people that are trying to, change people's lives. I think, listen, there's a retail store that we work with, Natural Body, right? They have several stores, Queens, Long Island, New Rochelle. The owner, Steve, and his partner and general manager, Tim, are two people that, it's funny. In life, you can have friends that you disagree with more than you agree with. And we disagree on a lot of points of view, and a lot of it's business-based. But I think the one thing that I respect about both of them, generally speaking, is that in our business, even as a retailer, they really try to help the end consumer with being healthier, better, shop their needs, not what they want to sell them. And that is a difference maker in people's lives. Like, Steve, not at the level that you do with the training, but Steve tries to take clients and help them turn their life around, and he does it large in part for nothing. And when you have a passion to help people be healthy, and you're not really asking for a lot for it, like maybe they shop at a store, okay, but that's commendable, right? Like that's the shit. And so does it come back and pay back in other ways? Yeah. It's, listen, this is going to pay back in 3 other ways. And when my business partner, Frank, comes in and he does a podcast view and has his take, listen, relationships pay dividends in other ways, right? But at the end of the day, like, what the fuck is your mission? What are you trying to do? Like, I'm in this business and do you want to make money? I said it before. Yeah, everybody wants to make money and be successful. That's great. Family to feed. Okay. But I really want to help people. Like, I see people in the gym and I don't have the accreditations as a trainer you do. And I want to go, bro, that's not right. Or, listen, all the time, if I see an older person or a lady that's doing something like, hey, you may want to check with the floor trainer. That's not the appropriate way. You're going to injure yourself. You want to help people, like not get hurt, right? Do the right thing, see the results, because what can happen in a gym. What can happen with the right diet. You know the results are possible, right? And that's a good tagline, right? The results are possible. So I think that's got to be the driving mission no matter what you're doing, right? Like whether it's better audio, video to deliver better quality shit. And it's funny, I was listening to one of your other podcasts the other day. I can't remember who it was with, and you were talking about the Avengers movies and the green screen annoys the shit out of you.
With Marcus,
Okay, so I try and listen to you guys spotty. I don't listen to every episode. I've listened to random episodes, sorry. But I think it's having that passion, right? But in a good direction to help others. When you fucking realize it's not about you, it will come back to you. It's not about you. And if you make it about you, you will never win in the long run. You win in the short one. You might get lucky. Things are going to happen. Okay. But generally speaking, it's not about you, bro. Call the customer back. Answer the customer. John and I were talking. I took a customer call last night, 9 o'clock. Do I like the guy? Yeah. Was it going to be potential business? Maybe. I have no fucking idea. Why did I answer? Because he's a good guy, generally trying to do the right thing. And like, it's not about me. I'm home. I'm trying to spend time with my wife, trying to get my daughter to bed, trying to do all the normal things Family Guy does, right? Bringing in the groceries, fucking 9 o'clock at night. My daughter wants a snack. It's time for bed, not time to go get a snack. But like, am I letting my family down by answering that call? Am I not spending enough time with my daughter? You go through these things, right? Like, but if your passion is to fucking help people, and my wife knows that, and I'm sure my daughter will understand that as she gets older, I can answer that call because that guy may need help helping somebody. That doesn't mean you can answer every call or do everything for everybody, but the right people that have the same vision about it's not about you and they're helping other people, you help those people. And I think there's a couple brands in the business that I think have a similar vision that we try to, I don't say align with, but have an agreeable viewpoint on
a comparative mission statement.
Genuine business.
Dude, it's not about you, man. It's not.
A good example of that is you guys put a lot of time and effort into the quality and what you're doing, right?
We try, we try.
And
I think a lot of people do. I'm not taking that away from everybody.
Oh,
no. It's like we do it, nobody else does.
I'm going a whole different road.
Yeah.
So there was a whole lawsuit with Walmart back in the day.
Yep.
Walmart, they don't care about the supplement quality of their products.
Sure. And
obviously it wasn't FDA approved. They have to, if people say, hey, there's something wrong with this, they'll look into it.
Sure.
Walmart had sawdust in their products as a filler.
So, yeah, listen, this happened to GNC at one point from a raw material standpoint. Like, we can get into the long view, right? And I think
sawdust isn't a good pump agent.
I remember that instance. I don't remember the sawdust part, but generally speaking, I'm with you.
Yes.
And I think the problem is when you have too many people at too many companies that are all making money and it's business, and something is not regulated in a way that properly allows for innovation and commercial freedom and at the same time protects the customer, you have a problem.
Right.
I think it's on a lot of ends. It's not really, because you listen, the ABH Pharma thing, you'd be, oh man, it's them. Everybody's liable. And if they tell you they're not liable, that's probably the most liable person in the room, right? Like, if the room smells and you say I didn't do it before anybody asks, hey.
Chances are.
And so it's like that in any business, right? It's like the fucking culprits in training that are the guys that somebody gets injured, somebody has a spinal injury, and it was because of a bad trainer. It wasn't me, man. I got, whoa. You're culpable. And if you did have a certification, whoever gave it to you is culpable. There's a whole linear thing here. And so
chain of command kind of thing.
And really chain of events when it comes to products and services, because things get handed down, passed along, information, ingredients, whatever. So when you look at, I can't even tell you, it drives me nuts. You have people that go, oh man, the ABH formula, we're not on that list. Okay, bro, great. Like you made a good decision for a change. Way to go. Yeah. And then you have people that like, well, we're on the list, but we were safe because we didn't do this. If you were making with them and you didn't do enough of a quality check, you're liable. So if you want to stand in a pulpit and tell me it wasn't, and we weren't, but you didn't hear me get on a fucking pulpit and say, we weren't on that list, like, bro, everybody makes mistakes.
It's like a holier than thou type
but
attitude.
if you say to me, oh, I wasn't on that list, we're great. You're an asshole. Okay, that's right there. Like, you can say, this is why we focus on quality. That's a different message. But if you're just going to kick everybody that was on the list and say, I wasn't on the list, it's whatever, bro. Like, you're the guy that made the team but sat on the bench but told everybody you made the team. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But it happens, dude. Like, and on the flip side, like, you're on the list. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are good people with good brands that are on that list from the ABH Pharma thing. And I'll make the correlation right to the Walmart and the GNC thing. But consumer protection, doing the right thing. Listen, if you were on that list and ABH was making products for you, every brand was on that list that they made. You know what that tells me? And we didn't make there. We didn't. Like, I know some people that work there. I know the inner workings a little bit. Yeah, we didn't make there. Why? Because I knew there was a problem. If there's smoke, there's fire. So when you have brands that say, oh, I only made one run of fish oils, your quality control guy vetted that facility for that one run. You were only going to do one run, and then you had a reason to do that run. It was probably financially driven, and there was nobody else that could run soft gels. Okay, which is a common problem in our business. And so you went there, but you flew a quality control guy that's accredited and certified to that facility. They did a check, and he gave you the green light, or she gave you the green. No, you didn't do that. You're just telling me, well, we only did one run. Well, there's a reason you only did one run. So, okay. Yeah. So, and whether that run was clean or not clean, done right, not done right, if you were on that list and you said, well, I only did one run, or whatever the case may be, you show me the quality professional you sent to that facility. I want to meet that guy. I want to see his accreditations. And listen, everybody makes mistakes, including us. We've made mistakes. And we have a quality professional that is accredited to be a QA, QC guy. Why? Because of that. Like, you have to have that. And so you can't.
Where was that facility, by the way? I'm
ABH Pharma? Yeah. Long Island.
Oh, it was on Long Island.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I forget the town, but yeah, Long Island. I think Suffolk County. But, and that was a big deal, right? And you have all the industry pundits talking about it like it's fucking the Houston Astros with the sign stealing. It's like, listen, that shit happens, believe it or not. Just because you heard about it with sports nutrition brands listed, it's not the first time manufacturers had recalls. It's not the first time brands have had recalls. Was it a pretty long list of brands? Yeah, because it was everybody they fucking made in the last 2 years. And again, That's not the kick brands that made there. There might have been brands that are really good, had good quality, and that facility just pulled the wool over their eyes. That's possible.
Just looked great on the day they visited.
It's very possible. The reality, because you're spot check stuff, you're not running a fucking background check on every employee they have. Like, you don't know. And so the industry, does it have a black eye? Is there a lot of shady stuff? Yeah, there is. We go down the fucking line. I can start naming, but everyone makes mistakes, including us. But you don't stand on a fucking pulpit and say, I don't make mistakes, fuck those guys. And then don't stand on the other side and say, well, we only made one run there, we're good. Bro, everybody's liable. We're own the industry together. Everyone's made mistakes, small and large. Nobody's perfect. And so for us, it's like, listen, let's just do the right thing. Let's just focus internally on delivering the right consumer experience. And in the long run, we should do well. And that's, you know what I mean? You can't spend your time, this website or this reporter or this news outlet posted about this.
Reviewer.
Oh my God. Like, everybody's a fucking reviewer. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when the guys that are reviewers are doing stuff that they get paid for and they go, I review anything. And then I'm like, okay, like, here's the package you sent me with the prices, bro. Like, you were saying, like,
sick.
Yeah. So now you'll do it for free? Let's just talk about that. Let's put that on a fucking podcast.
Oh, because I didn't buy the platinum level exposure.
I didn't buy any level.
I didn't buy the platinum level. No, not you. I'm saying you didn't buy the
yeah.
platinum level exposure. So now I can't review your product.
And there are people, we'll get calls from other brands. Say, oh, are you doing that website or that review? No. Why? That guy's not what I'm focused on. His opinion, because of how much I pay him, is not what I care about. I'd rather put that same amount of money in a free product and just give it to end users. I'll just go to the fucking gym and hand out bottles. That's a better use. That guy's opinion, that guy's another guy in a pulpit selling me his fucking, religion.
I mean, listen, I work with a lot of different brands.
And I'm not kicking anybody independently. It's just a reality. Like, everyone's got an opinion. So they're a reviewer, a coach, or this or that. Dude.
Like, for me, from my perspective, I work with a lot of different brands. All right.
You see it. Yeah.
I choose to talk about products that I like. I post you guys every time I use you guys. I post them, and there's no thanks.
And we got to talk about John has not been posting.
Oh, what the fuck, John? Did you not get the check?
Dude,
come on, bro. Voice and Rizzles. No.
Now we got to post about it.
Yeah, now you got to get the post about it. But I try so many different things, and for me, like, to see brands go, and if that's what they do, they pay a reviewer, they pay somebody to give them.
And there's nothing wrong with getting reviews.
But I'm saying they pay them to get
genuine
them gold stars. Let's call it that. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys give me your supplements. I like them. I post about them. I have people hit me up. They go, you like that pre-workout? You like that? I had a kid who I was friendly with. He just bought all you guys stuff. He bought the Charms. He bought the pump. He's like, what brands do you recommend? I said, these are the brands I like. I said, I'm using VMI stuff right now, and I really love it. I said, I like these flavors. And he went and bought it.
But it's based on user experience.
It's genuine.
Right? And so there's a guy that's not getting paid by a brand for that review or whatever. There's no solicitation of whatever. But if you like it, you use it. If you don't, you don't. But if you do and people see that and you want to post and share it and say, hey, like, word of mouth. Word of mouth is the strongest thing, man. Listen.
And there's been, and I want you to finish that word of mouth point, but there's been plenty of brands that has sent me supplements and free supplements and shit like that. I don't like them. I give them away. I'm not a fan. I won't post about them because I just didn't like the quality of it.
Yeah, I think, listen, there's a lot of old adages about how to make things work. Listen, make a friend and make a sale. Very true. At a high level. Does that work forever in the what I would call consumer packaged goods? No. Why? There's a lot of fucking options today, especially in our space. So if the product's not great, they're going to buy it again because they're your friend. I got a lot of friends. If they had a shitty product, I tell them they got a shitty product, I'll try it once. If it's a shitty product, I ain't buying it again. Like, it's not happening. And that's not a kick to that person. The product speaks for itself. It's just the way it is. So it's not a personal thing with people all the time when it comes to a product or a review. Word of mouth is going to drive, but not because I'm your friend, because the fucking product is good. Yeah. And that's the difference maker. Are you going to try it because you're my friend? Yes. Are you going to tell your friends because you're my friend? No. You're going to tell your friends if it's fucking good. And that's the difference maker. Like, I'll eat at my friend's restaurant. Am I going to tell people about it? Only if the food's good. Right? Because that's
your recommendation. They're going to judge you based on that recommendation.
And your word is everything, right? And so that's why word of mouth is so important. But people get misled on how that is impacted with people and trying goods and services and all this kind of stuff. Like, listen, is everyone going to take your opinion? No. Do a lot of people, especially if you live in the Northeast, probably think people are biased or they have an agenda? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like if I recommended John as a trainer, people go, oh, it's because you did his podcast. Yeah, he didn't pay me to be there, motherfucker. He's just a good trainer, right? Like, and so there's a barometer there of reality where you're doing the right thing in word of mouth because of what it is, not because I'm getting paid or he's just my buddy. Those two things shouldn't play a fucking role, and they do, and that's the problem. And so we, I say we're above par with that. We're fucking working around it. Like, does that mean we don't do advertising? We advertise with people, but I'm not paying people for a fake review. I'm not fucking doing that kind of shit where it's like, oh, well, such and such, just randomly started posting about us and there, we got the platinum package with Joe's reviewer out of Canada. I'm making some shit up. Yeah. Like, great. But if you don't think people are going to think that's inauthentic, okay, the 500 people that actually buy, that follow that, because there may be 5,000 people that follow a reviewer. Like, how many of those people are buying that guy? Half of them are brands that are following that guy and the 10 employees of that brand. Let's knock all those people off. And so at the end of the day, what are you getting out of that? Some misled bros that might be buying into what this reviewer says.
What, one pre-workout a month, maybe?
Right, but if the product does the talking, it doesn't mean it's a bad messaging outlet. It's just not authentic.
Yeah,
I don't want to go pound for pound in the ring with people that aren't playing on the same scale.
Authenticity is huge for me. Like, my business too.
Yeah,
my whole thing.
I'll win small if I win legit. I don't want to be the Astros. Like, I just don't. Right? Like, and that's short-sighted. That's whatever. I'm going to live small. Okay. And like Frank and I are committed to doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. That's it. Like, it's just fucking simple. And I think everybody in any industry will say, it's about the money, it's about this. Yeah, it is. Doesn't mean you have to do the wrong thing. Like, So it's hard, man, because we're in a business that is very clouded, very jaded, and a lot like your business and yours, but where there's so much fake shit and crap and noise. And everyone that is trying to fight that is saying, we're not the noise, we innovate, we do this. Listen, color schemes and, shit on a label is great. Like, but give me something more. Like, what's the real message? What's going into the R&D there? And there's some brands that really do that, like that are respectable. So we're certainly not at the top of that list. I just like to think that we're doing the right thing and we're in that game.
Yeah. What were you going to say, John?
When you look at the reviewers, right, that's a post here today, gone tomorrow.
100%.
If you're
a story is gone in 24 hours,
right. But like if you said, look, you go to the gym, hand a bunch of people a product, right?
Yep.
And they enjoy it. That's one person using your product for a month straight. At least a month straight. I'm just talking pre-workout. It's usually like 30 servings.
Yeah, but that's about a month. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's call it about a month, and you're making them happy every single day. Where they're going to talk about it. You get way more out of giving one person one bottle than some reviewer $1,500 to spew some bullshit.
100%. If that person you're giving to is a user, and listen, you can equate it to giving someone a free, bicep routine or teaching them a specific way to squat. Like, listen, you're not giving them a free training session per se, but if you're showing that person, hey, I'm qualified, but you're also doing it wrong, let me help you.
Right.
The value is authentic and it's off the charts. Like, so if you give someone a bottle and they're a real user and they listen, Nick tried the charms. We didn't have a conversation about me selling it to him. I was like, yeah, it's got the cereal pieces in it. I didn't spend time. Dude, you gotta try it, man. It's unbelievable, man. Post about it. We didn't fucking talk about it.
You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me about it. I was in the warehouse.
He probably we messaged after that, and I was fucking slow to reply in general about general stuff. Forget that. So again, it goes back to the authenticity. Like, the most authentic guy possible, right here, right? And I'm not talking supplements. I'm talking in general, right? He's gonna tell you how it is. I didn't ask him for that. He just fucking took it and posted. That exactly like you're saying. That authenticity with that person, one-on-one. If your product is as good as you think it is for whatever experience you're trying to deliver, and that customer's up that alley, you should have already won. You don't need the other reviewer. And so there are people in our space that are doing it the right way, that they review stuff and they're not asking for anything. And they genuinely want to share their opinion on the product experience. There's actually a guy, I want to say his Instagram handle, Supplement Snoop. I can't remember. He does some stuff at Natural Body. He'd actually be a good one for you guys. But there's a guy who's so genuinely passionate about the supplement business, nutrition business. I want to say his name's Justin. He's going to kill me if that's not it. Super nice guy.
Supplement Snoop.
Yeah, it should be orange or something, his handle.
Oh, got it.
So, like, there's
Justin Hall.
There you go.
All right.
There's a guy with the authenticity. Does he know everything? No. Does he tell you that? Yeah. But he's a guy using it, and he's going to tell you what he thinks. Here's, this is what I liked about it. This is what I didn't like about it. And we're in that boat. I'm sure there's a couple things he said. Well, I didn't love the mixability of VMIs, blah, blah, blah. I'm making sure. There's those times where he goes, hey, he did a whole thing one time when someone was asking about us as a brand. He went into like a 10-slide thing. I didn't talk to that dude at all. He just did a 10-slide thing on why we're a great company, why we make great products, why you can trust the stuff. I haven't talked to the guy for more than 10 minutes at a time at any point in time. That dude did that of his own volition. So there's reviewers doing it right because he's not asking for anything. He's going to share his input because he wants to review stuff. That's actually nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. There's just a lot less of him and a lot more of the, I want to get paid I'm going to tell people how great it is. You don't know shit about ingredients, motherfucker. So, and so, listen, and I'm not kicking people that want to be in the business. It's just that my itch with that comes from, I've spent my whole fucking career in this business. And I feel like I've done a good job earning my keep to get to the point of having some experience, some knowledge, some context, generally by doing the right thing.
And a say.
Mm-hmm. And so when you have people that are not qualified, haven't put the time in, whatever you want to call that, and like whether they're pumping out somebody else's content, whether they're trying to be a reviewer, this is like in any business. Stop faking it. And people, I started from the bottom. Look where I'm at. But you're just getting paid by some people to do that. Like I could do that, like tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And that's not really an authentic message. You literally just woke up and thought this is a good idea to make money. Maybe it is, but it's not authentic. And it's not cool if it's not authentic. I don't care what the bros are telling you, bro. Like, it's hard.
Worst thing at all, most of the time it's a scam.
A lot of times.
Because you see people, if you have a genuine person like the guy Justin Hall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He seems like I'll DM him.
He's a very straight
I gotta be honest.
He seems like a good dude trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
If you're saying,
and here's what's crazy. I just came out of nowhere. Just happened to be a guy. He hasn't posted about us recently or anything. Just happened to be a guy. I'm like, you know what? There are some good reviewers. He's a good human. And if you're a good dude.
And if you're saying he's good and John Meadows follows him, I mean, that right there.
There you go.
Authentic.
Yeah, right. And
doesn't get more than that.
But John Meadows, there's a guy where I can me and him sit down. We're talking at the Natural Body event over the summer. We can have a 15-minute conversation. Why? Because we have shit in common. John's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's the message, right? Like that's the, was John as renowned as he is today 5 years ago? No. What paid off? He's helping people. He's doing the right thing. The dude wakes up with a good message. Like that's the thing. And so.
Continue your point.
Yeah, God, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
you're good. But you have people who say want to charge $2,000, $3,000 for a video shoot. And it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all these people that he tricked to doing the shoots. We bought 99% of the followers. Other people followed him because I thought they were legit. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you're paying for an audience of little robots, of nobody. But that guy paid $3,000. Yeah. It's the same thing you see.
He chipped in, so we'll make it look good.
The authenticity thing kills me, man, especially with my stuff, with the videos, man. Because I am in this to create fun, badass content and make money. Mm-hmm. It's my job. It's my job to do that.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people that I choose not to work with. And there's a lot of people that I want to work with. Yep. I love working with you guys. You guys are just grade A.
Yep. Appreciate it.
I love working with Kai. I love working with Kai. Kai is fucking awesome. Like
there's an authentic guy right there.
Oh, dude. I told him.
Probably too real for some people.
Dude, I told. Good. And just as like a side thing, and then I want to get back to that point.
Yeah.
I told Kai, and he was kind of just like, wow, man, that means something to me. I said, listen, I shoot a lot of people. I said, but you are by far my favorite person to shoot. And it's not because of the name. It's not because of like the status.
Your following or something.
I said it's because when the camera is turned off, you're the exact same person as when it's on.
Yeah.
I said, and that can't be said for a lot of people I've done stuff for. And he genuinely just like went, man, that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
He's like, thank you, man. Because so that's the type of authenticity I strive for. Not only my perspective and the way that I shoot, but the people that I work with.
100%.
The thing that kills me is the dudes or the girls or whoever.
Anyone.
Mostly guys.
Yeah.
That'll become it's mostly guys that'll become photographers to try to bang girls. Like that's the angle that
is that really the thing? Is that
it's
I'm like embarrassed I don't know that, but I don't know shit about photography.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Wow.
It's a thing. It's because I have a lot of girls, and I'm not saying it's all females, but I work with 99% male.
Right.
I've chosen to kind of go that route because when I tested the waters working with females, it's almost like a, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but it's almost like a standard where they expect a discount.
Yeah.
And
you can shoot me in a bikini, but I'm not paying full price
because you're because you're hot. Like I don't care.
That's tough. Yeah,
that's
tough.
And I had a girlfriend when I first started, and she was jealous of. And I said, if she pays me, I'm gonna film her. Like I'm not in this to get a girl. I'm in this
to make money,
to
and
make
grow your
money
business
and
grow, establish your experience. Yeah.
So
establishing experience is key.
I've had a lot of girls that have hit me up.
Yeah,
I love this video. I love
this.
That.
Can you do this for
that.
me? Yeah.
Wait, it's the best part. I love this. I love this. Oh, can you shoot this weekend? Blah blah. I'm free this day. I could maybe do something like that. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. I can't wait, blah, blah. And then I hit him with, what's your budget? No answer.
Ghost.
Sick.
User deleted.
Sick. But if I was a creepy photographer that was just in it to, look at me getting the look at her.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? It's that authenticity. It kills me because there's so many video guys and photo guys that I know that go that route.
Yeah.
Just so they can get with girls and this and that. I'm just like, really? This is what you want to do? This is your business plan?
Yeah.
First off, how fucking unprofessional are you?
So this doesn't bother you at all, is what you're saying?
What? Oh yeah,
How unprofessional?
Yeah. How fucking unprofessional are you for number?
I would have brought
one?
this up earlier if you would have got this roused about.
Oh yeah, there's like certain things that just trigger me. But
I'll get a list from him ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
How unprofessional are you that you have to do shit like that? And then how bad do you make every other video and photo guy look that's actually trying to do the right thing by brands and people? It's a really thin line.
It's offensive,
and also on the terms of pricing things out.
Yeah.
You're fucking everyone else by charging these girls $50, $100 a shoot when it was 5 hours with them and then 2 to 3 hours of editing and then sending it off to them. Why? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I've
a lot of desperation there.
I've yelled. I've raised my voice at many videographers that I'm friends with.
Really?
That I see them. They're at Bev's. I go, what are you charging for this shoot right now? What are you charging for this? Oh, I'm charging this. I said, you're a fucking idiot because you're fucking all of us.
Wow.
I said, seriously, this is what I charge. What? That's what? Yeah. What? It takes you like 5 shoots to get that, right? I was like, yeah.
Wow.
Either learn more, like John.
Just be better.
Invest in yourself and
Yeah.
get to a better level.
Yeah.
Or stop.
Right. 100%.
Enough.
Yeah.
Because you asking for this now makes everyone think that that's the actual standard for a video.
Yep.
You're
or for a
lowering the
photo.
standard inadvertently.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I mean, what are we doing out here?
The standard and expected quality of what you're paying for.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to
Hand
say
in hand.
I'm not going to say I'm the best guy in the world. I'm not going to say that. I'm not like
I'll
that.
say he's the best guy.
Thank you. I try to keep my style separate from everyone else's, and I try to keep my shit looking a certain way. I see other people's shit. They all copy each other. That's cool. Do you guys. If you all want to look the same, that's fine, by all means.
Yeah.
You want to do the same corny-ass effect that this dude does? Great. What's the story of the video? What's it about? Is it just
Originality, innovation, authenticity. I think that applies in general, right?
That's why it's all of our industries.
Yeah. And listen, are there limitations to that? There's only so many chest exercises.
Right.
Okay.
Of course.
There's only so many cameras you're going to be able to use for a specific shoot. There's only so many fucking ingredients that are legal to use. Are there limitations? Yeah. But that doesn't mean you can't deliver a unique and cool customer experience, whether it's in a unique video, whether it's in a unique style of training, whatever,
Yeah.
It applies all the time. So are there limiting factors? There's fucking limiting factors everywhere. There's gravity, bro. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you can't, you're going to charge less and do shit. Dude, why don't you do better work? Why don't you strive to be better? Why don't you, and not just in your industry, really in general, Oh,
I'm sure you've seen
yeah.
supplements come out that obviously there's no quality. The quality comparison between you and them is leaps and bounds different. However, they're charging lesser amount and you're seeing some, and they're getting some sales because of the price point.
Listen, I ran in, so when I first got into the business, right, it wasn't even in the business. I was in the gym business, Valencia, right? And I got some bullshit training certification 15 years ago, and I'm going to be the guy. It's probably younger than that. It's probably 17 years ago. And you're young, and you think you can do it. And I don't remember what it was, right? And I remember realizing that, okay, this is not, I don't want to say what I want to do, but not right. And you're young, you're ambitious. I'm already in the gym business. I love working out. I go work out right now. I'd work out every day for hours. I just love working out.
I'm going after this if you want to get a pump in with me.
I go back to the office and put some fires out. But I think, listen, I realized then, okay, I love this industry, the health, helping people, but personal training is not going to be my passion. I'm not going overseas to find the guy that's got the methods. Wasn't my avenue. helping people? Yeah. Whether it's nutrition or like, am I going to be the chef? No. Am I going to be the lead personal trainer guy? No. But in the space, in the help people via health industry. And I've worked on a lot of sides of it: retail, distribution, e-com, brand side now. Like, I've been on every possible side of selling, distributing, wholesaling, branding, supplements, nutrition, even health food. I worked at one of the largest health food distributors, UNFI, in the world. And they're the primary distributor of Whole Foods. And so when you look at, doing the right thing, you're going to have paths and different things. And I don't even know how you arrived at doing the video and photography piece, right? But like, I knew I wanted to be in this space and help people. I took an avenue with personal training. It wasn't the right one, and I pivoted. But I knew what the end goal was. I knew what and that's what's important. You make mistakes along the way, but find a way to be authentic. Find a way to follow your passion, your helping people, whatever, the right way, and in a way that makes you happy. Like, right? And there's so many people that get caught up either at their job or, we're cool, we innovate. So you got a good paycheck and you just feel good about it. Then. I mean, because there's just like, we're blinging out, dude. Call me when that shit runs out, right? Because I think you can have everyone get up on a pulpit and sit on this side and go, we're doing the right thing, we're the best. I don't ever say we're the best. I say we're different a lot. I don't use we're the best. I don't think we're the best. I don't know that we're the best at anything. Do we try to be good? Do we try to be better? Yeah. But micro level, macro level, I say that a lot, right? Like, more is not better. Less is not better. I mean, more is just more. Less is less. Better is better. Just be better. Find a way to be better. Doesn't mean more ingredients. Doesn't mean more reps. Doesn't mean a longer photo shoot. Just be better. Figure out how to be better for other people. Create better value. And if you strive to do that, the consumer experience at whatever end it is, you'll win. You will fucking win. You'd have to be a moron or just not get out of bed. But if you have the right mission and you're putting the work in, just do the right thing. Provide better value. Every day, how do I be more valuable in a better way to help somebody achieve their goals? And it'll come back. And then you'll achieve your goals, right? And that's the gap. There's so many people that have a fucking mission or we're cool or those guys suck or they're pointing the finger or if you have the time to do that, tell everyone how great you are or tell everyone else how much they suck. I don't know what the fuck you're doing all day. Because I don't have that kind of time. Like, I guess I mismanage my time, but I don't have that kind of time. And that's the big gap. And I hope it closes in our industry as time goes on. It's slowly happening in some ways. But I think it applies to everybody's industry. And you have to deal with it if you want to be great. That's just the reality.
Yeah. But you know what? In your industry specifically, there is no best. It's such an individual field where everybody has different absorption,
100%.
different this. There's nobody who can claim to be the best because you might be the best for this specific person.
100%.
It works great for them, but not everybody in the world. You might be the best for somebody like me or Nick, but not everybody in the world.
Right.
In terms of training or videography, you can learn and understand more about the field than anybody has ever figured out and develop your own methods.
Yep.
So, you could be the best there is, but still, maybe somebody doesn't like the way I train them. Maybe he doesn't like the way you do it, even though you learned more than anybody else has ever done.
Yeah.
And build your own platform.
I've had negative feedback before.
Exactly.
I've had
I told you not to tell anybody.
to try to bring that shit up.
Yeah.
I've
said don't blame me on air, bro.
I've had people give me feedback, and it's a hard pill to swallow because I know that what they're asking for didn't make sense. Yeah. They either came to me and had me shoot something, and then they decided midway through that they wanted it to look and sound and be different. Yeah. It wasn't possible. We already captured footage a certain way. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that you kind of have to...
A lot of variables.
Yeah, you got to just either adapt and understand or take that feedback and just kind of go, okay, well, this is kind of what we did. This is the options to go going forward and just own it.
And learn from it, right? To be better, to provide better value.
Well, that's what saying things like that is what made me start contracts and start.
You have to hold people accountable on both ends. Yeah, I think that's a
Absolutely.
reality. Like, listen, you have a client, you're accountable for being there and giving them programs. They're accountable to fucking show up and eat right. Like, it's a two-way street, and I think that mutual accountability is important in any industry. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. It gets me annoyed in my industry, but it gets everyone annoyed in their industry, right? Like
everybody in the world.
Yeah, it's
everyone and listen, I've only been doing this for 3 years, and I think I've done a lot in 3 years.
No question. And you're shooting for Kai Green. You're doing pretty good.
And there's more stuff coming down the line. And Flex Lewis, I was down. He was 8 months into filming. He was flying me down there. So
crazy.
It's crazy how things work.
Yeah.
I was filming for John 9 months into it. So it's an interesting thing to see journeys, and I'm excited to see where I go the next 3 years. Maybe
I'm excited to see where you go.
I want to see this office triple in size. I want to see I have some editors on staff, and I have people that are doing shoots different states, and I'm facilitating everything, and I have people that I can trust. So
it's cool, right, to have that vision?
It's awesome. It's awesome, but it also takes a little bit of, put my head down, do my own thing, because it's still just me, and it's a lot to handle. Like I have to remind people all the time. I have to remind people, like they see me shooting.
Yep.
But they also see me put up on my motivational quotes. Yeah. They see me put up pictures of the dog.
Yep.
They see all the shit. But then I have them message me, hey, how's the video coming? How's this coming? How's this coming? I'm just like, guys, just because I'm posting shit on my Instagram doesn't mean I'm not working.
Right.
I have people hitting me up. He knows.
Yeah.
He sees me just in the short time that he's in my office with me, messaging me, calling me, texting me.
Makes me feel good. I'm one of the only guys that doesn't blow him up.
No, you're good. You're good. And listen, everybody is good. And I get that there's excitement, especially when I shoot for somebody and they get excited.
Anticipation.
But at the same time, I wouldn't order a painting and message the guy every 2 days or every day.
When's it getting delivered?
Hey, how's that painting coming? How's that painting coming? Because then that adds more stress to me, and I just got to get it out.
Yeah.
So I have to remind people. There is only so much that I personally can do.
Yeah.
I'm shooting. I'm editing. I'm setting things up. I'm sending contracts out. I'm taking care of the invoices. I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
There's only enough hours in the day. I gotta sleep too. I gotta train because I gotta keep my sanity, and I gotta sleep.
Yeah.
There's layers to your personal life that cross over to your work life, and when you have a small business like that, you have to know where your boundaries are. But your clients and your partners have to know too. Like, this is what will make me do the best in providing value, so that you get the best product. I nip it that is.
I nip it in the butt. I just say, listen, I get you're excited. I understand that you're ready to get this final thing, and you can't wait to receive it.
I can't wait to give it to you. I'm just busy.
But you have to understand that if I'm out shooting, no one's editing for me. My office is empty right now, so no one's there. So your video is not getting done. I'll be completely honest with you. Or if you get me something late and I'm already out of state at another job,
how are you gonna do it?
Can't do it. Like now, your release date has been pushed back, and it's not my problem. That is unfortunately something that you did.
Right.
So it's
frustrating.
You know what? It's made me better at managing expectations. And especially owning it, because
you have to own it when you're accountable, right?
Because back in the day, I might ignore the person for a little bit, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because then that just gets people annoyed and mad, and they think that you're really blowing them off.
Yeah.
When really I was ignoring them. I'm talking early on.
Yeah.
I was ignoring them because I was trying to figure out what to do because I couldn't do it all, and I couldn't. Now I have no problem telling people, hey, listen, this is what's going on. This is what's going to happen, and this is the outcome of that. Cool with that? I mean, listen.
Exactly.
We just got to be real with each other.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing. When I speak to people, especially new clients that I haven't worked with before, I go, I'm the most transparent person you'll ever speak to.
Yep. You have to be.
I don't sugarcoat things. Like, when we talk about the price, this is the price. This is what I would charge.
Yep.
I'll work with you on things if it's feasible for me.
Yep.
If not, I'm not saying that your budget isn't going to get, acknowledged and utilized somewhere else.
Yep.
But for me, with my time and the limited time that I have, based on people that I'm working with on a monthly
realistic
basis,
expectations.
I can't do it, and it's just not worth the time.
I can only imagine how many times he has a client, and like 2 sessions in, how much weight did I lose?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
I threaten to go to people's houses and throw their scales away.
Yeah, dude, it's.
If you get on the scale again, I'm gonna throw it out the fucking window.
Yeah, exactly.
And now, I mean, his certification's with Dorian, so it's.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I went and studied with Dorian for a week straight.
What was that like? If you've done a podcast on this, I don't want to waste your time.
We have, but I don't. No. Yeah. Listen, people listen to different things.
Because I've never met Dorian, and I've seen the videos, and he's one of the guys that I'm probably at an age now where I look more at what are already considered the older school guys. Where I was watching Jay Cutler videos, but like Dorian and even early Ronnie
Blood
stuff.
and Guts.
Yeah, and so I have the Blood and Guts DVD. Who has DVDs anymore? But what was he like? Is he cool? I hear great things, but
he's a really cool dude. The best thing was I spent a lot of time with him, not just in the gym, but we'd train every single day. Basically, we'd make sure we hit every single muscle group.
Wow.
And then every day it was literally just me and him. So I was the only person to ever do the cert with him one-on-one.
Really?
Because there was a mistake with somebody who was supposed to go
scheduling,
with.
Yeah.
Long story short.
Did he let you film any of it?
No, but I didn't ask. There was a couple film videos.
You got to talk to this guy.
A couple videos he took. But I'm not
Did he send them to you?
Yeah. It's on his Instagram and stuff too. But
with you in it?
Yes.
And you're not reusing that?
Oh, I reposted a couple of them. but it was actually funny.
At some point, he may be making his way over here. So
yeah.
At some point, we don't know yet. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We have one episode of The Voice and Guts. No.
He better bring Leroy with him.
That's great. Man. Dude, that's cool though.
No, it's
cool,
unbelievable.
Dude, right?
Yeah. The best thing, the reason I want to learn from him is he went and changed the entire belief of the sport in a way. So, real long story short, when I train my clients, right, I have some PT certifications. Most of them are expired. I'm not sure what's going on with them now. But I went and studied anatomy textbook, biology, nutrition, chemistry.
The whole bit.
Figuring out how these things affect the human body and making my own version of it. So I'm not going to study your way. I'm going to figure out every little bit and piece I can and make my own way.
Study the 10 ways, find your middle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Find the way
it's actually
it
the
works
right way to
in
do
my
it.
belief. I'm not going to look up one philosopher and go, that's right. I'm going to read 10 different theories and go, okay, well, I like this and I like this and I like this and I don't like that and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And make my own theory.
Yep.
So back then, he was the only guy to really go, okay, well, you're all training twice a day, eating X amount. He goes, I'm going to train once a day, every 4 days a week instead of twice 7 days a week, and just go fucking balls out and see what happens. And he was the first over 260-pound bodybuilder on stage, fucking at least with grainy, lean conditioning.
Sure.
People go, holy shit! And he had his injuries from training and stuff. But if you look at a lot of the bodybuilders that are retired now, he's one of the ones in the best shape, not just physically, but mentally, keeping himself moving.
Yeah.
So I wanted to really absorb.
He got into yoga and stuff later, didn't he?
Yeah, yoga, cycling, everything. So I wanted to go over there and absorb his mentality.
Yeah.
It was the information I learned was fantastic. The training methods were the hardest I've ever trained in my entire life.
And the best part is, it was just you and him.
It was fucking one-on-one.
Wow.
Yeah.
When normally, how many? Normally,
he's a lot smaller now.
Usually like 7 to 8.
Usually there's like 7 to 8 people.
his size.
People. When I was there, it was after our back
Wait,
workout.
There's usually 7 or 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he's just him.
I think you were going to say 2 or 3. Wow.
No.
I got you. Wow, that's ridiculous.
So
right,
usually
very lucky.
Yeah, very, very lucky. And what do you call it? It was after a back workout. And he goes, John, listen, if you want, I'm going to hit a little workout real quick, like 15, 20 minutes. And then if you're not busy, we can go grab lunch. I'm like, well, I flew to Spain to see you, so I think I've got some time on my hands.
Yeah.
So,
I would do all these other things except I'm only here for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have an appointment across town.
Yeah. Unbelievably, Lee Haney and Jay Cutler are taking me to lunch. I can't go.
Listen, I'll see if I can pencil you in.
Yeah. I'll check my schedule.
But anyway, I'm like, so I was following him around the gym, seeing what he was doing. And he was saying, he's like, well, a lot of my injuries and stuff, I can't do everything I used to. So doing a lot of mobility work, a lot of things that they hit every muscle he can. He goes, I really can't press anymore, so I'll do lateral raises instead. And it's not balls out crazy insanity. It's to train safely for longevity.
Yeah, which is really the long-term answer for everybody. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So pretty sick. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That
experience.
is cool.
I was pumped for him. I was sitting back home watching the stories. I was like, man, I'm fucking jelly.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm so jealous.
Just DMing him. It looks pretty cool, man. Tell him I said hi.
Yeah.
Just kidding, but for real.
Sick invite. Send him my handle. No, seriously, send it to him.
Yeah.
Just take his phone.
Did you send it to him yet?
Funny thing that happened was I didn't tell a lot of people I was going. I sort of kept it on the down low in case something happened last minute, whatever.
Yeah.
And Dorian was posting me on his Instagram. So people are sending me his video going, John, what is that you? What the fuck?
Are you in Spain?
What the fuck
Did I
is
see you
going
at
on?
Bev's this morning? What the
Dude,
hell's
this
going
guy's
on?
got a handle that looks just like yours. Is that you? Yeah, that's funny.
It was wild, man, but
Very cool, man. Good for you. That's an experience to
absolutely
just, you can't even.
once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
He'll have to put you through one of the workouts now, one of the Dorian workouts.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I'm in for that.
DUI hit style.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Fuck yeah.
Take it easy on me, but yeah.
Never.
Nice, man.
I want to be respectful of your time because I know you're
Yeah.
right. So we're just a little over an hour right now, about an hour 10. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get you some Tame the Beast stuff on the way out.
Nice.
I want to get you to come back on either
Yeah.
with Frank or by yourself because I wanted to talk about the roots of what you got you guys started.
Yeah.
But this was a phenomenal episode. I learned a ton about you guys. I'm sure anybody listening is gonna second guess.
I hope it's not boring, right?
No,
like,
not
you
at all.
always feel like you guys
no.
feel like that as hosts, right? Like when you do something, it's like a product, it's like your baby, right? So every episode, you want to churn out content that people care about. It's hard to do that when you're having a conversation, but that sometimes is the best content.
No, this is the
You know
best
what's-
content.
You know what's funny is after every episode we go, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, after every episode.
cool.
And we're going to say it again
Yeah.
after this one. But
Yeah.
but I think that this is really good for people to listen to,
Yeah.
especially on the consumer side, purchasing supplements. thinking really hard about what ingredients are in there. Why should I trust this going into my body? When there's so many different health scares going on because of the food industry, drug industry, whatever it might be, knowing that there are heads of companies and supplement companies that actually care.
I think there are some. No question about it. I'm not putting us in that bucket alone.
I'm putting you in that bucket. So I will put that into the bucket of it. And although, like you said, and I said, I get paid to do videos with you guys. That's great, but I don't get paid to talk about your supplements.
Exactly.
I could shoot all the content in the world for you. You could say, "Hey Nick, do you want anything? Do you want?" I'm like, "Nah, you know what? I'm good. I appreciate it." And I've done that before for brands.
So it's the reality.
I appreciate you, but no, I'm good. Thank you. But so this is like on the consumer side. Eye-opening type of stuff. Like, what does this brand give a fuck about me? Do they care? What are they formulating this with? Is this really manufactured in good practices type thing? So there's a lot of questions that get arisen up. I don't fucking know. Whatever it is. That rise up. Arizzles. Yes.
That arise. I think.
That arise. Thank you. So, this was awesome. So I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the goodies that you brought too.
No, listen, I think mutual respect, right? And you guys are doing the right thing in your spaces and doing this, and it's exciting to talk with what I'll say is like-minded people in terms of doing the right thing. Because I think if you can align with the right-minded people that are like-minded, and I'm going to say again, it's not about you, right? You're helping other people. Good shit's going to happen, you know. And that's awesome. Thank you guys, man.
Yeah, pleasure.
No, man, happy to have you on.
Yeah,
you already know what I'm about to say. John, kick this outro.
So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this week's episode of The Voice.
And Rizzles, joined by my man
Tom Reilly, VMI Sports.
There we go, baby. Boom.